my storm chasing career actually goes back to 1999, where I saw my first tornado, May 3rd, 1999. That's the tornado right there on the right side of the screen. I've chased around 350 to 400 tornadoes total in my time storm chasing around the country. Been in 21 different states chasing tornadoes or hurricanes. I've been in 13 hurricanes, potentially another one this year, 2 Cat 5 hurricanes. I've been in hail that would break 47 different state records. So 47 of the states, the hailstone that I literally have picked up with my hands was big enough to break the state record in 47 different states. Some big time hail. I've seen the largest tornadoes in U.S. history and also the strongest tornado in U.S. history. So May 3rd, 1999, wind speeds measured at 319 miles per hour. And then El Reno, Oklahoma, May 31st, 2013, 2.6 mile wide tornado in El Reno, Oklahoma. Absolutely wild. In addition to that, though, I also freelance and storm chase for ABC at times when that comes in. And obviously, chasing the media. The media loves to chase hurricanes. And I always love to show this video. We won't even go into who it is, but maybe you can comment if you want to. But this is sometimes the media, with me being in the media, you might think, well, maybe they're going to kind of fluff things up a little bit. So here's an example of what not to do if you're in the media here. So we've got this is actually from Hurricane Florence. I chased Hurricane Florence. This is one of my hurricanes. So made landfall with winds, I think about 90, but check that out. Rocking back and forth in the wind like you can't stand there. And these guys are walking with their hands in their pocket in the background like nothing's even going on. Probably some other storm chasers. And I think about the time, the wind did get pretty intense in Wilmington at one point in Hurricane Florence. But at this point, the hurricane had kind of sagged to the south of Wilmington, and they were out of the eye wall, and it really began to weaken too. It had been on shore for several hours and really kind of began to weaken there. So this is my example, though. So just to kind of prove to you, I'm not in that same boat. This is in Louisiana, and this was a Cat 4 hurricane, so a little bit stronger than Florence, but the wind was also quite a bit stronger here. And I think you'll be able to, I don't know if you can hear it. I'm not a small guy, though, 6 foot, about 190, 200 pounds. So for the wind to be able to hold me up, I'm also a weather nerd, which means I'm not the most athletic person in the world. So I don't have that athletic ability to lean forward like that and not fall without something holding me up. And then you can see walking off there, the smile on my face says, all you need to know how much fun that was. Now, so there is a right way to stand in a hurricane, and there's a wrong way to stand in a hurricane. So in this particular video that I just shot here, there was nothing downwind of where I did this at. So you can't see to the left there. So when I come off, there's a large building right there, like a big concrete, like I think it was an academy maybe. So the hurricane wasn't doing any damage to that building. So we used that to shelter ourselves from the wind. But then when you walk out into the wind, it was just a big field as far as you could see. So nothing, no debris or anything like that could hit you. However, I have seen storm chasers that didn't follow that rule. So this is in Hurricane Laura in Lake Charles. And you're going to see a lot of glass. This is actually the Capital One building. I say was because it was completely demolished. So this was a much stronger hurricane than the one that I also stood out in the wind in. This one nearly a Cat 5 hurricane, 5 miles per hour from it. And some might even argue that it probably was a Cat 5 hurricane with the amount of damage that it did in Lake Charles. But this was the Capital One building. I think it was about 21 stories tall. And it completely they had to demolish the building. They imploded it. But what I want you to do is watch this video. Okay, so you can see there's our lead meteorologist John commenting there, and you can see look at all the glass coming out of this building here. And what's going to get crazy though is this somebody decides that they want to walk across the road and they want to do what I did, but in front of this big glass building. So really, really, here he goes. You actually see him right, just barely see him down there at the bottom walking across the road. I think I saw him. Maybe I didn't see him. I think this is the right building. Hopefully I grabbed the right video. I may have just teed it up. You can see just how wild this is. I'm going to fast forward this. There he is right there. So there's our guy. Oh, sorry for the language, everybody. And there he goes. Sorry for the language there, but you can see definitely dangerous. So this guy actually cut an artery in his ankle. Okay, so very, very dangerous these hurricanes can be, especially when you're in the eye. And these winds are 140 miles per hour. Definitely not something you want to walk out into, especially when there's a lot of debris that you have to deal with. So